These are trying times, make no mistake. We find ourselves on the threshold of a new age, and on this stage we must come of age to say the things we need to say and do the things that need to be done. The time for silence is over, the time for inaction has gone. The people of this world must now come together forever to act in unison against our common foe, our shared enemy, our mutual adversary. Oh, how we have had so much uncertainty. Our leaders do not lead, they only serve to help themselves and the rest of us mislead. And on both sides of the pond, the cultures that we share are under threat, while the far right take a bet that they can do what suits them while we sweat. Another man is killed because of the colour of his skin, while he was pinned down to the ground by a fascist who was found to think he had the right within everybody's sight to treat him like a hound. We must never let the forces of the right take another life without a fight. The politicians say he died a certain way. He died while he was held under arrest. But make no mistake, this man had been oppressed. He was murdered in the street in the Midwest. If I'm so angry here, it must be very clear why the people close to him are in a rage. But the king of the US, in his fascist right address, only wants to stoke hatred from his stage with his juvenile mental age and add to your despair and all your stress. He saw a fire and lit a match. He's so detached. And then he fired a gun to clear his path? He was quick to try to kill the rebellion on the hill. His logic is so flawed, you do the math. And then he held a book while he stood in front of God's house, what a louse, and called upon his faith to justify his actions. He's a wraith, an apparition of the evil that his book warns us against. He is a leader who does not lead, he only bleeds. His people of the will to live in peace and make them feed on a never-ending banquet of deception, misconception, and disease. We are divided, and we will always be, but not by religion, nor colour, nor nationality. They force us apart by power, prejudice, and hate. But it's not too late to turn the tide of hostility back against those who will never abate. The man-made dogs that snap at our heels and tear at our throats, they hunt us all in packs until we are consumed and they have our votes. But if on the surface you are different to me, if you are born in another country, if you worship another deity, if you are black, white or brown, then that's fine with me. But if you are a hawk when you should be a dove, if you fight when you should love, if you shout when you should speak, and if you hate when you should seek to comprehend the pains and misfortunes of those who suffer while you turn the other cheek, then you are not my family. If you live in my street, but these are the values that you entreat, you are not my family. If you are born in my town, but on my international community you do frown, then you are not my family. If you too came from my mother's womb, but for my friends you make no room, you are not my family. But if you listen with an open heart, if you show patience and give me space with good grace to help you understand my plight and the things that set us apart, if you lift me up instead of putting me down, if you hold out your hand instead of letting me drown, then you are my family. If you are prepared to share what you have got with those who, unlike you, have not the privilege of birth that you so soon forgot, if you can cross the street to help me eat instead of showing me the soles of your feet, if you will pay your tax to fill the cracks that open up behind our backs, if you will help them pay fair wage for the labour in which we engage, then you are my family. If you can see that for all eternity you will not profit from my extremity, you will not seek to make hay while my house is in decay, you will not pursue wealth at the expense of my health, nor burn oil that will spoil this world for my offspring, if you can do that for me and my kin, then you are my family. And then for you I will stand, I will fight, and I will vote, because these are the only virtues that can keep the human race afloat. And if you can lead with hand on heart and do your part for all mankind, no matter where they start, then you are my leader. If you can govern for those who have no voice, if you can give us a fairer choice and speak with truth, with grace and thought for those on whose toil this world was wrought, if you can take the knee and stand with those who need you most instead of those who offer lies and favours in which some are engrossed, then you are my leader. And when you hold your arms out wide and take this struggle in your stride, and you can lead with the presence of mind to build a safer world and unfurl the hopes and dreams of all mankind, then we can do whatever, and we can stand together, and that's the fight that we will get behind.